Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm going to get into Wisconsin Aesthetic State Board exam. So for the state of Wisconsin, for your aesthetics exam, it is 100 questions. You have 2 hours, but you also have to take a written as well as a practical exam. So together there are $161. You need to get a 70 on your written and at least a 75 on your practical. You do have state laws. They will be in those 100 questions, so it is very important that you study your state laws. I will link the laws as well as like the information that I found on the practical in the description. So let's get back to this. For the state of Wisconsin, you should be in the Milady's 12th edition. If you haven't known, Milady recently changed their books. They're in 2 books now. So you have your aesthetics book as well as the foundations book. So this is the aesthetics book. And this is the foundations book. Now, if you're just here and you're thinking about going to school and you need a book, I do have them available in my stand store as well. All you have to do is click the link in the bio. And I also have other things like prep tests, flashcards as well. And I also have a free study guide on how to study. I feel like a lot of people don't know how to study. So if you need that, all you have to do is click the link in my bio in my stand store as well. Let's get back into the video. Your first section is applying the knowledge of infection control procedures. This is worth 55%. So in this, you will go over like microbiology, bacteria, viruses, parasites, fungi. Also infection control. Now there is levels to infection control. You should know this by now if you're in school. So you have cleaning and sanitation, disinfection, and sterilization. Also methods of infection control, so that's like heat and chemical agents. And you have your safety procedures and guidelines in case you get exposed to like blood or any contact with blood. But all of that is in your Milady Foundation book, which is this book, and that is in chapter 5. All you have to do is go over that infection control, and that is going to be in chapter 5. That has like all of the procedures that you need, like washing your hands, dealing with certain topics. Everything is in that section. Your next section is demonstrating and understanding the basic knowledge of human anatomy and physiology and related to cells. So with cells, that's your structure and growth and reproduction. Then you get into tissues, which is like your muscular, nerve, connective, and epithelial. You also get into like your organs and their functions. So that's like your skin, lungs, and heart. Systems and their functions. So that's like your nervous or your muscular. The anatomy and physiology, that is going to be in chapter 2. Your next section is demonstrating and understanding the histology of physiology of the skin. So this is going to be related to your structure and functions of the layers of the skin, your structure and functions of the glands, your structure and functions of your hair follicles, and the functions of their skin. So that's your protection, temperature, regulation, and absorption. That is going to be in chapter 3 of your aesthetics book. Your next section is going to be demonstrate and understand the skin diseases and disorders. So you're going to go with like skin lesions, skin cancer, skin growths, skin pigmentation. That's your like hypo and hyper. Your skin inflammation, contagious diseases, as well as like your acne, your milia. That is going to be in chapters 4 of your aesthetics book. Your next section is understanding body hair. That's going to be your structure and your growth of hair and abnormal hair growth. That is going to be in chapter 11. Your next section is demonstrate and understand the basic chemistry of cosmetic products. So you're going to get into like the functions, labeling, and ingredients. and acidity and alkaline. That's your pH. That's going to be in chapters 6. Now your next section is skincare and services. That is 45% of your exam. Now the sections in that is demonstrate and understand the performance of a client consultation and demographical. So you're going to get into like your skin analysis, the Fitzpatrick scale, skin types, skin conditions, client records, that's your health history, intake form, consultation, any treatment protocol, any contraindications of the skin. Also, you'll get into demonstrate and understanding cleansing products, steaming products, so that's your towels and your steamer. That is going to be in chapter 5 of your aesthetics book. Find that in chapter 5 in your aesthetics book. Your next section is demonstrate and understand exfoliation procedures. So that's 3 sections. You have your chemical, which is your AHA and your BHA and your enzymes. Then you have your physical, which is like your scrubs and microdermabrasions and brushes. That is going to be in chapter 13 of your aesthetics book. The next section is going to be demonstrate and understanding extractions, demonstrate understanding your massage movements, demonstrate and understand the use of masks. So that's your clay mask, your gel mask, your cream mask. That is going to be in chapters for massage. That is going to be in chapters 9. Demonstrate and understand of hair removal methods and procedure. So that includes waxing, your hard wax, your soft wax, and your tweezing. That is going to be in your hair removal chapter in the aesthetics books, which is chapter 11. Next section is demonstrate and understand the principles of procedures of makeup application. So you're going to get into like your analysis of your face shapes and feature, as well as like color theory and application. That is going to be chapter 12 in your aesthetics book. The next section is demonstrate and understand the use of electric equipment during a skin care services. So this includes like your woods lamp, mag lamp, facial steamer, high frequency machine, LED therapy, microdermabrasion, and microcurrent. That is going to be in chapter 10. The last section is demonstrate the basic knowledge of other services. So this includes like body treatment and eyelash extensions. So for your body treatment and eyelash extensions, that is going to be in chapters 13 of your exam. I hope this video helps. Good luck. Comment below if you have any other questions.